Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another DC Multiverse McFarlaneToys figure set review on 3 McFarlane Collector Edition figures, plus a gold label, Mr. Zsasz right over there, which was sent to me by McFarlaneToys. Big thanks McFarlaneToys for sending that out my way. These 3 I picked up organically via Best Buy and Amazon orders, if I remember correctly. And you can see I have the regular versions across the board, which is fine for me. That's what I wanted. Zsasz does look pretty sweet right there, and then yeah, Starfire looks awesome. DC Rebirth Starfire Penguin looks great like that. You can see the names on the side right over there, and then you have comic images of each of the characters on the back. They went with the whole classic Penguin design right there. Still have a barcode sticker and all my info on the back from picking this up at Best Buy, and then you can see Mr. Zsasz right over there. A little inaccurate depiction of him compared to what we see inside the box, but anyway, on the side you got the names on the windows on the top creeping over, and then not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack these things open. And if you're trying to get your DC Multiverse figures, you can do so at
big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So here are the figures out of the packaging, and I gotta say they look pretty good. I am pretty pleased with these figures. I am getting what I expected with them, so there's not a whole lot of surprise. I'm not necessarily wowed by anything in particular, but I think they look great, and their articulation isn't too bad. And the Captain Boomerang over here, I thought was going to be a lot more clunky to mess around with. Well, it still kind of is, but I'll get into maneuvering that scarf so that the figure just looks better overall. That is a bulky coat. I'm not going to deny that at all. But anyway, they look pretty sweet. I want to get a closer look. So, kind of like how I feel with the Spider-Man villains, the Batman villains, I want them all. Now, Zsasz is not my favorite, but I do like the character enough, and I've read enough books with him in it where I'm like, yep, I want one. Now, you get this little scuff right over here on the side. I think I just earned that. You can see it kind of fade away right there. But the head sculpt looks all right. The blonde hair looks okay. I don't have a lot of critique to give you guys for this particular figure. I do notice there is a color difference between the face and the torso. So there you go. That's totally there. Having all of these marks actually sculpted in would be cooler, because I think this is for each homicide he scars himself. It makes sense that they would only be on the front, logically thinking about it, right? It's enough scarring, though. I think it looks pretty good. You know, we've seen this body mold before. He comes with the one weapon. I don't like how thick the knife is. Like, this blade needs to be way thinner, so that does bother me. It feels like he's holding a pancake from certain angles when I take my photos. But yeah, doesn't look too bad aside, you know, from just the thickness of the knife right over here. Belt looks fairly clean, and then there's the back and the butt and everything, and you get the legs. Now, when I bend him around, like with pretty much all the DC Multiverse figures, this will get warped and then eventually go back into place at the hip. But yeah, you can see we get the pins showing right there, and then we have the Mr. Zsasz toes, which may be the same as the McFarlane toes. I did get that Spawn Todd McFarlane 2-pack, but I'm keeping that mint on card. I want that to stay in the box. You still get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Comes with your standard issue stand. Comes with your standard issue trading card. Ooh, man, what are you smoking? Look at his eyes. Jeez. Little bit skinnier version than I remember, but yeah, there we go. And then there is a read-up on the back right here. If you want to read it, pause it now. This is a much more iconic Batman character or Batman villain that I had to pick up, and I wanted this particular contemporary version. The classic looks really good too, but I really just wanted this one more than anything, and I love this head sculpt. I think they did a great job with not just the sculpt, but the paint looks really good. I like the red underneath the eyes, which on this side doesn't make as much sense to it being on this side right here. You know, there's all this pressure from the monocle. Don't need as much red on this side, but I still really like this head sculpt a lot. I like how his top hat is off to the side right over there. So yeah, I think this looks great. I love how his suit looks, or his tuxedo came out. Nice little bits of blue shading. Would have been nice to see more of that blue shading on the black sections on the arms. Well, yeah, they're all black right over there. So the arms could have used some more paint. The back has some texturing to it. This is a very rough coat. And then you can see we get some unpainted buttons, which is okay. And there is this soft, it's not like a paint wash. It's like this gridded paint over it, and it's part of the texturing, it feels like, over here. But this lighter orange over orange looks really good. I really like how that came out over there. The pants do look a little on the bland side, though. The hands look pretty good, too. He's got his umbrella right over here, which we'll get a better look at. And then there's the loafers looking really sweet. So I do like those. And he's got the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And then he comes with this umbrella that doesn't do anything, but it looks pretty damn good. I like it. So there you go. Pretty sweet. Then he comes with other hands. So for the left side, you get a wide open hand or an umbrella supporting hand right there. And then on the right side, you have the umbrella holding hand or a fist. And then you also get the trading card stand right here, which I don't really use. And then you get the trading card, which has the chase colors right over there. And then there's a read up over here on the back. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. And then we have Starfire here, looking awesome, but also very sad. I don't know what it is about the face, and I don't expect her to be smiling all the time or anything like that, but it's just that she does look a little sad in the face. Is it the eyebrows? There's something about it. That's probably my biggest complaint with the figure, but I do like how the paint applications look. I like the sculpt for the most part. The hair does look really good. I always like the Starfire hair. Looks really dope as it fades into orange right here, so that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. And then some nice green paint over here. And this is the version that I wanted out of the two. I'm okay with getting this one over the chase. I'm happy with this one right here. Got the double jointed elbows right there. Everything's pinned. And yeah, paint applications look nice and clean on this figure. I do like the sculpt of it. I do like posing it around. I forgot about another complaint that I had about the figure. You could see how the hair kind of tornadoes down. You could see the back right there. We have the butt totally covered, so there's no line going in the middle. And then you get some seams right here on the back of the thigh-high boots. Unfortunately, though, I will say one heel is shorter than the other, and it makes her a little tricky to stand. I was able to get her to stand, but yeah, I was a bit frustrated with that, but I was still able to make it work. Since I was able to get her to stand, even though this is a little uneven, it's not going to bother me that much. As far as accessories go, she doesn't have too much. She has some effects right over here, which look really good, and they poured onto her hands very easily, so I do like that. And then the Platinum Edition card stand. Nice looking trading card, even though it doesn't... well, this one she's smiling, I guess. Would have been nicer if it looked like that. Well, I don't know. But there's a read up over here on the back. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. And we have Captain Boomerang. Yeah, I really like this villain. Flash villain. Very, very cool. I like the design and everything. I like this color scheme, the brighter color scheme. I'm okay not having. There is something askew with his eyes. I feel like the right eye is maybe a little too high up, but it looks like it's also meant to be like that because that right eyebrow is also shifted up. The beanie looks pretty good. Paint applications for the Boomerang looks pretty good over there. And then I like taking the scarf and, you know, wrapping it all the way around his neck and tucking this piece behind so that it's not all covering up the middle. You can see he has his faux boomerangs right here, which are a lot smaller than the actual boomerangs that he comes with. I think the texturing and the sculpt right there for the shirt looks pretty good. I do like it. And then you can see we get this big old puffy jacket, which I like. Pleathery jacket. Pretty sweet. I just wish it had a bendy wire in it. That's the thing, is it has no bendy wire in it. And I mostly really like it. It's just... would have been a little bit more fun if he had that bendy wire in there. Belt looks pretty good. A little bit, you know, lack of paint on the legs, I guess. But it looks all right. Can't really complain too much about it. It's okay, you know. But I will say I wish it had some more color variation. Over here, the boots look pretty good. I like how there's sculpt right over here in that hinge so that it's not just, you know, a big round joint. So I appreciate it when they do that. I like that quite a bit. And then you get peg holes and treads at the bottom of the feet. There's looking at the back. Then you get your Boomerang butt, and he does have the big old crease in the butt. Oh, where's the crease in the butt on this one, huh? No crease. Yeah, I want my butt crease. Okay, not that bad, but, you know, hey, whatever. I'm trying to make something out of nothing over here. It's not that big of a deal to me, anyway. But, hey, I prefer well-defined butt cheeks like how they appear in the comics, right? Anyway, as far as interchangeable hands go, he has these wide-open hands. He came with Boomerang throwing hands on there already, which are basically trigger hands. And then you get a set of fist hands right over here. Yeah, get your 2 boomerangs. I think it's just the 2. Pretty sure it's just the 2. And yeah, they look pretty good. I like this little notch in the middle right there. I don't know if that's actually accurate to how boomerangs are supposed to be, but I like that. And then you also get the Platinum Series stand right there. And here's the trading card with a nice silver foil. And it doesn't look like it has the same likeness to this boomerang at all. You know, we got mutton chops on the other one, so I like it when they're consistent with the artwork that they give us. But anyway, there's a read-up over here on the back. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Now, to measure out these figures, you can see Captain Boomerang and Starfire are standing at the same height, just a bit over 7 inches tall, actually closer to 7.5 inches. And then Oswald Cobblepot over here standing just a bit under the 7-inch mark. And then Zsasz over here standing just a little under 7.5 inches. I'm not going to do a thorough articulation segment on these figures. I did want to mention though that they could have put more wrinkles in the Zsasz pants over here. That is awfully tight. I mean, it's so tight that we should be seeing every wrinkle in his coyoles over there with how tight that is. Only a couple wrinkles down there at the calves. So yeah, they could have added more to that sculpt over there for sure. But you could mostly get them in, I mean, I guess he's got Captain Boomerang's arms can't bend in as much as I'd like them to, and it's tough moving his head around, so there are restrictions over there. I really like the articulation on Starfire. She's a lot of fun to pose around. I can get her into flying poses fairly easy with all this hair. She cannot really look up so well, but yeah, the torso articulation, legs and arms are really good on this figure, so she's fun to pose around. I forgot to mention she does come with this display stand, which is perfect for flying characters. So she does come with this. Oswald Cobblepot over here. Fairly decent articulation, not a character that I need to put in a ton of crazy poses. It does the job, it's okay. Little bit of ankle pivot, really tricky to use these ankle joints, so that is stiff. And then right here with Zsasz, he's probably got the best articulation of all. While I complained about this hip piece getting a little bit warped, it does go back into place, so I am happy about that. And here's our Batman villains next to our Nightfall SDCC exclusive Batman, and I think these scale pretty well together. I know McFarlaneToys is really bad with their scaling, but right here, they look pretty good. And then for a Teen Titans comparison, here's Starfire next to Beast Boy, Nightwing, Raven, and Kid Flash. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I really like the Teen Titans, but I'm not a huge fan. I never really got into that cartoon. I only have one trade paperback, the Judas Complex. I like Teen Titans, just not the biggest fan, but I want to complete the team. I want that Build-A-Figure Cyborg, but I only have the Wonder Woman figure. If anybody has that Flash with the Cyborg parts, I'm down to buy it off you. Oh god, it's super rare. And then here's Captain Boomerang next to the Francis Manipool Flash, and I know that there is a newer classic Flash coming out, so I'll probably just grab that one, but I still want to get that Cyborg Build-A-Figure. And then here's the 4 figures next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man, and no stop motion today. It'll be back, but I wanted to ask you guys, if Joker is your favorite Batman villain, who is your second favorite Batman villain? Mine is Catwoman right after Joker, but I don't know, she's kind of anti-hero-ish a little bit, so after her I would say Two-Face. I want to know what you guys got to say. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to show some love with that like button. I love looking at the like button numbers. It really does help with the self-esteem, but not as much as the subscribe button numbers. You gotta hit that button too, or else I'll get real sad, and we don't want that. No, we don't. So yeah, hit both of those buttons. I would appreciate it. I feel like it's a fair exchange for the hours put into the video. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. And I gotta say, these figures are mostly pretty awesome. The Zsasz figure is definitely the least appealing out of the 4 of them. Sorry. So, and I think that McFarlane's doing something extra with these collector edition figures too. I don't know. They just come with more accessories, so I think that's what the selling point is with them being collector editions. They do cost a little bit more also. So it's not like you're getting a great deal with them or anything like that. They include more, you get more, you pay more. So I think it's fair enough. So I'm not going to give these all the same score. I'm going to split it up over here. So at the price point of around 20 to 23 bucks. The Mr. Zsasz figure, I'm gonna give that a sud rating of.
It's not too bad.
And then Captain Boomerang costs a bit more. He was closer to 30 bucks, so he gets a sud rating of.
It's not too bad.
And then Penguin and Starfire are getting the same sud rating, and they cost the same, 30 bucks each. They get a rating of.
I love it.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in action figure news, you can find it all over at ToyNewsI.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. What the hell's wrong with me? And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.